recording.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay, let me first tell about myself. Okay. So, normally, actually, I'm working as an infrastructure project manager, and I'm certified in TMI, Agile, and Prince2, as well as I'm into cloud computing, AWS, OCI, GCP, and Azure. Okay. And I'm AWS Solution Architect certified. Okay. And Oracle Solutions Architect certified also. And I have, say, a lot of experience on VMware and Oracle virtualization. And I do programming also in Python, React.js, Node.js, as well as like I'm into DevOps also. Okay.
Okay.
So I have a team like who are working on using DevOps also. DevOps tools like your Ansible, and then we have Jenkins. Okay. We have GitHub. All these are we are using. Okay. And I have worked on all those. And like I'm doing my GCP PCA, that is professional certified associate, and my exam date is towards the end of November. Okay. Okay. Actually, this is not difficult for you. Very firstly, you need to know what is cloud, okay, and what are the features of cloud. Just a moment. Okay. Actually, wait. Actually, I have the definition of cloud. Okay. Simply, you should first know what is a cloud service. Okay, and what are the cloud service? What do the cloud service providers do? Okay. In fact, when you are getting computing services over the internet, okay, that is your cloud service. Okay, like GCP, AWS. Okay, and OCI, Oracle Cloud Infrastructure, okay, Azure. Now, computing service over the internet means like server, okay, the computers, servers in which your applications are installed, your databases are installed. Those are called servers. Storage, okay. Storage means the place where you store your data. Database, okay. Database is simply where you store your data. This is also storage. And networking, okay, like your local area network, okay, your private network, all these, and applications, okay, they even provide application services, okay. So all these are together services. If these services, whatever services are here, 1 to 5, if they are provided over the internet, then it is cloud service. Okay, so computing services over the internet. Okay, because if you look into without the if don't look into cloud, if you look into your own data center, okay, you need to you don't need internet. Okay, now these things, when they are accessible through internet, it is called cloud service. Okay, so cloud services are over the internet. We need to know that it is over the internet. What it means is, as long as you have internet connection, your you can use all these things: server, storage, database, networking, and applications. Okay, so you don't need other things. You just need internet. The leading cloud service providers, AWS is on the top, followed by Azure, followed by GCP and OCI. Okay, actually, GCP is nowadays gaining market, and GCP was in third place. Our surprise. Actually, it's supposed to be second, but it is in third place, and Oracle. Okay, so these are the leading cloud service providers. What are the features of cloud? Okay, this is very important to know. Okay, we already said it provides computing resources on demand with service. You no need to do anything to create these services. Okay, you don't need anybody's help. You can go and do it yourself. Okay, so you can go to the this Google Cloud and do all those things. You can create all those things by yourself. So it is self-service. Okay, so first cloud is self-service. Access through internet, we already said. So that means as long as you have internet, you can access from anywhere. Cloud providers allocate resources to customers from a pool of resources. Okay, actually, we'll see in a while. Cloud providers, they have very big data centers. Okay, and from that big data centers, they provide the customers services like servers, storage, database, everything. Okay, they provide from a big pool of resources, which they own it. Okay, they own it, and resources are elastic and flexible to customers. That means customers, okay, can easily say scale their services. Okay, like if they want more storage, they can get immediately. Okay, and it's very flexible. When you don't want it, you just shut it down, and you don't have to pay. Okay, that's the advantage of cloud. Features of cloud, and customers pay for what they use. Okay, suppose you create an account with Google Cloud. After that, if you are not doing anything, okay, you just have an account, you don't have to pay anything. Okay, suppose you only use VM instance, okay, compute engine VM instance, then you pay only for the VM instance. Suppose you are using the firewall services, that comes under SRE. Okay, then you pay only for that firewall services, you don't pay for others. Okay, so you pay for what you customers pay for what they use. So these are the features of cloud. These 5 pieces are very important to say no. Okay, now actually, how did cloud start? Okay, um, from here we'll come to know. Suppose this is your data center in London. Okay, and your application is deployed here. Okay, now what happens if this particular, say, if somebody in, say, India wants to, or from US want to access the data in this application. Okay, it is very far and the latency will be very high. Okay, that means the latency will be high and access will be slow for the people in US. Okay, now challenge 2. Okay, if this data center crashes, okay, this data center, say due to bad weather, due to, say, due to flood, or due to, say, fire, if this data center goes down, then your application is also down. Okay, that is low availability. Maybe you have backup and you need to restore from the backup, but that leads to low availability. Okay, so one data center only has two, say, challenges. It is slow from other location, and the application will have low availability. Okay, so the solution was to have two data centers. Okay, so what happens if this goes down, this is available. Okay, so challenge number 2 is solved. Okay, now, but the slow access for users from other parts of the world, okay, like America, US, okay, from, say, Singapore, it's still there. Latency will be high and slow, it will be slow. But there is another challenge again. Okay, if this particular whole London area, okay, gets, say, some kind of, uh, say, some kind of natural disaster, okay, then these will also go away. Okay, So still, if the entire region London is unavailable, your application still goes down. Okay, still there is one more challenge created. Now let's see how we solve that. Okay, so how we solve? We create another say data center in Mumbai or in New York or North Virginia. Okay, now what will happen in that case? Okay, slow access is still there. Okay, for but it is actually partly solved. Okay, for Mumbai, but still US people will have problem. Okay, slow. Singapore people will be having slow. So challenge two: if one data center crashes, the other data center is still there. That is still say solved. And challenge three is also solved. If this region goes down, you have your data in another region. Okay, now to solve this one, the first one, okay, slow access for users from other parts of the world. Okay, you can create data center in all those parts, US, Singapore, okay, wherever you want. Okay, so that will solve these three problems. But the question is this feasible for every organization, every company? Can they create such kind of data centers in every region or every say country? Is it possible? No. Okay, that is where cloud comes into play. Okay, that is where Google Cloud comes into play. So now what Google Cloud does is they have created a lot of data centers all over the world. Okay, and from those data centers they provide access to the people nearest to them. Okay, so everything is solved, and we take service from Google Cloud because from their data centers. Okay, so that means we don't have to spend a lot of money. That is one of the say advantages of using cloud. Okay, you don't need to create these infrastructures. Okay, so now what are regions and what are zones in Google? Okay, in Google, okay, in Google, okay, in every region, they create some kind of say physical location as a logical say area. Okay, they create logical. They have created logical areas covering some physical area. Okay, which they call it regions. Okay, and like region, Mumbai is a region. Okay, this is called Asia South 1. Okay, Delhi is another region which is called Asia South 2. Okay, now within this region, okay, here within this region, okay, they have multiple zones. Okay, so and remember, every in every region there are at least three say zones, at least three zones. Okay, so Asia South 1A is a zone. This is the naming convention. Okay, the region name dash A, region name dash B, region name dash C, region name dash D, region name dash E. I have seen some say regions having up to 5 data centers. Okay, which are called your zones. Zones are actually physical data centers. Okay, regions are logical. Okay, they say represent some physical location, but they are logical. Logically, they uh, uh, say group a physical area, and within that physical area, what they do, they create their data centers called zones. Okay, so zones are data centers, and regions are geographically say uh, physical area in which your zones are located. Okay, so this is very important to know when you do your Google Cloud GCP.
Mhm.
Okay, regions, it just said that. Okay, uh, uh, Google provides 20 plus regions around the world, and each region has at least 3 zones. So if we take 3 also, it becomes 3 to the 6, 60 zones at least. Okay, and it is expanding every year. The reason, it is a specific geographic location, okay, geographical location to host your resources. So it is a specific geographical location, okay, like Mumbai, okay, that is AP South 1. Advantages of all this, okay, advantages of reasons: high availability, low latency, okay, because if I'm in Mumbai, in India, I can take my application, my request can be solved from Mumbai data center, okay, so it will have very low latency. Global footprint, okay, that means you, if you want to say expand your business to another country, you can just host your application in that country's nearest to that country's zone, okay, so you can have global footprint very quickly. See, instead of like, if you want to create your data center, your say organization is in US, you want to open up a center in Singapore, and you want to say create a data center there. It is going to take you a huge amount of time, okay, as well as you need to say do a lot of homework, okay, by physical devices, all those. But if you are using Google Cloud, okay, you simply go inside it and select the region very closest to zones. Very, I think Singapore, yeah, Google have data centers in GCP in Singapore. So just go to Singapore zone and create your your servers over there, resources over there. They are called resources servers. Okay, it not only servers. There are so many. You can create your database, MS SQL, MySQL. Okay, PostgreSQL. You can create so many databases, and it also helps to uh, adhere to government regulations. Okay, that means, like suppose you want to say store your data, and the government says the data cannot go to, say, cannot be stored in some other country. Okay, so if you don't have a data center in that country, then it's a problem for you. So what they, that's what they have these zones and regions. So you can create your own, say, you can adhere to the government regulations. If they don't want your data to go away from the country, then you can select the zone in your country, which is your data center. So zone is physical data center. Okay. Now next, see zones. We already talked about zones. Okay, how to achieve high availability in the same region is by having zones. Each region has 3 or more zones. I said at least 3. Okay, uh, increase availability and fault tolerance within same region. So if you have multiple zones, okay, and if you have your application running here, here, and here, if this zones goes away, still your applications are running here. That's why increased availability. Okay, each zone has 1 or more discrete clusters. Okay, so in each zone, okay, there can be multiple clusters of your data center. Distinct physical infrastructure that is used to that is housed in your data center. Okay, clusters. So in one data center, you can have multiple clusters. Okay, of this distinct physical infrastructure. So cluster, you even have cluster within a data center. More it making it more available. Okay, the availability increases. Zones in a region are connected through, this is very important, low latency links. Okay, suppose you have a zone 1 in, say, region, this region 1, you have zone 1, 2, and 3. Even though they are thousands of kilometers apart, okay, not thousands, a few, say, let's say around 70, 80 kilometers apart. Okay, even though that they are that apart, but what is happening, they are linked with low latency links. Okay, the network is of low latency and high bandwidth network. Okay, so they are connected with low latency links, zones. Okay, so now I will take you through Google Console. Okay. Okay. So let me see this account. Oh, okay. So I should not use this account. Use another account. Just a moment. Okay? Trying to change my. Okay. So this is the Google Cloud Console. You already showed me that day, and you are able to say see all these things. Now, uh, in Google Cloud, when you do the Google Cloud, okay, the very first thing you need to know is you will need a project. Okay. Now, are you there, Sarah? Hello.
Yes, yes, I'm
Yeah.
here.
Okay. 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 So this is the console. Actually, mine is a free tier console, so I don't have any organization. Okay. I don't have any
Mm-hmm.
organization here. So now, uh, the very first thing is on the right hand side. Okay, you got your navigation menu. Okay, and this is also called, actually you call it pencil or burger. I call it burger, the
Okay.
burger menu. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
you can see the different services provided by Google Cloud over here. Okay, these are different services,
Mm-hmm.
even more services. Okay, so out of this, okay, when in Google Cloud, okay, whichever service you want to use, okay, you need to have APIs. Okay, you need to enable APIs. Okay, and the very frequently used, say, service that you are using will be available here. Okay, now uh, if you want to say search, okay, you can search from here. You can say compute, and you got compute engine here. You can click from here. After that, it will come over to your main the left hand panel. Okay. Now,
Mm-hmm.
when the very first thing we learn in Google Cloud is to create a server. Okay. What do? We create a server. Okay. A server is nothing. It is just a VM instance. Okay. Now let us do one thing. Uh, little, it, it's not available, but by default, one project is selected for you. Okay, this is the project, and all your resources are within a project. Okay, that means if you do not have a project, you cannot create any, say, resources like VM instance. Okay, now within my compute engine, okay, I have got these services. Okay, these are the different services I can use within a compute engine. The very first service is VM instance. Okay, so this is the very first thing we'll be learning. Okay, so you can just see if you have any VM instance, it will show here. Now you don't have, just say create instance. So now I'm going to create a server. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
today the system is a little slow. Okay, so suppose I want to create uh, say a simple store application server, store app 01. Okay, the server name. Now in a VM, when you create an instance, instance, you need to select the region. See, I told you region, we learned about region, right? So choose the
Mm-hmm.
region. Now you choose the region where your company is located. Okay, so let's say US, mm, uh, Oregon. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
okay, Oregon. See, you see here something called low CO2.
Yes, I do.
Okay, so what does this mean?
Not really sure.
Okay, what this means is this particular data center or zone or region.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what they have is, okay, their this data center is very huge. That is for sure. Every data center of Google is very huge, but they are designed in such a way. Okay, the say power consumption is in such a way they use very low CO2, carbon dioxide. You
Yeah.
know the world is going towards lowering the carbon dioxide,
Mm-hmm.
and Google is the very first one to make one totally carbon dioxide free data center. I think that is in London. Okay, somewhere it is saying zero. I don't know which one, but somewhere there was a zero one. Okay, so I'll choose Oregon. Okay,
Okay.
now what I said, within a region there are zones. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so within this, okay, there are zones. Now, in which zone you want to keep your this application server? Okay, so choose that zone. Okay, nearest to you. Okay, to your company. Let's say West C. Okay, now you need to select what kind of server you want to create. Okay, there are general purpose, compute optimized, and memory optimized, and GPU optimized. General purpose means where you need normal read write to your application. Your application does normal read write. That is general purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Compute optimized is the one that requires more CPU. Okay, and memory optimized, you can see from itself memory, it requires more memory. And GPU, you know what is GPU for? Gaming servers. If you are creating a gaming server, gaming machine, then you use GPU. Now I'm going to go for general purpose series. Okay, family. Then I need to check. I need to select which series I want. Okay, there are many series like this under your um, this machine family. Okay, let's say I want to choose. Okay, let's check E2 only. Now, which machine type you want? Okay, machine type is nothing. It is just a combination of CPU and memory. Okay, so E2 medium, this E2 series medium system is having two CPUs and 4 GB memory. Okay, now
Mm-hmm.
I'll choose the lowest one because I'm just doing a testing. Okay, I'll choose this one, which is the which will cost me very less. Where did it go? No, I E2 micro. Uh, that is E2 micro. Why it is showing? Okay, here. What do you see? It will show you the pricing here. How much you need to pay per month and per hour. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So this is total per month, monthly estimate, and per hour you have here $0.01. So how many hours this system will remain alive? For every hour you pay $0.01. Okay, that is I think how much? 10 cents or 1 cent? 10 cents. Okay, you pay 10 cents for every 1 hour. Now let's not go into device type. Okay, now let's go into here. See, this is your, say, whatever I put information there, it is here. Store app one is the name of the machine, and it is New Balance. The disk type is New Balance. Okay, this is the name of the disk. Now, image. What kind of image you want? Means which OS you want. Okay, this is by default Debian. So always the Google's default machine is Debian Linux. Okay, I want to change it. Normally I like RHEL and CentOS. Okay, so I'll choose CentOS here, and you can choose which CentOS you want. I'll choose CentOS 7 itself, and for CentOS the minimum hard disk is 20 GB. Okay, so I'll just select, and you will see that your price also changes here. See,
So
it is
yeah,
8.1. Yeah, go ahead, tell me.
yeah. So does that also every time, does it depend? Like, will I be getting the requirements to put in all these, or am I supposed to know it?
Okay,
Like,
your application developer, okay, they will tell
mhm,
you, okay, they want CentOS, they want with 2 GB memory or 3 GB memory and 4 CPUs or 5 CPUs. They'll ask, they'll tell you. Based on
okay,
that, you need to, and they will also tell you whether it's more CPU consuming or more memory consuming. Okay, based on that, you can select from the image type. Okay, so
yeah,
everything you have here, you can choose to compute optimize, or even they will give you the machine. They'll give you which machine type they want. They'll give it to you, and accordingly, you just need to create. Okay.
uh, mm,
Now, normally we create through the gcloud command, which we'll see later. Okay.
mhm,
Now, I'll leave everything default, and I will come here and say in the firewall, I will say I want HTTP and HTTPS say allowed into my system, into this VM. I want, see, for SRE, this is important. Okay, you will allow HTTP and HTTPS, or you don't allow HTTP. Okay, allow only HTTPS. Okay, so I'll allow both for now, and I'll just say create. Okay.
mhm.
So it is creating my VM instance now. Okay, we got 1 minute in this session. We'll join in 2 minutes, same meeting, okay? In two
Okay,
minutes. Okay.
okay.